So I know right now Surging Sparks isn't the hot topic. It's sort of an old thing. This Pokemon space, what I've noticed especially with all these, new sets coming out in the future and just the market we're in right now, things move so quickly and people's attention spans are so short. Like if you really think about it, Surging Sparks was released 2 months ago and people are already like, you know what, that's the old stuff. We're on to Prismatic. And now that Prismatic's finally going to be released here soon, people are already talking about Journey Together and Team Rocket. It seems like the hype builds up so far in advance that when it actually comes to be released, people are already tired of it. Like that's the attention spans that people have nowadays, but it is what it is. So, in this video though, I wanted to talk about Surging Sparks because some interesting stuff has been happening and I wanted to talk about it, even though it's not the most popular set and thing to talk about as of right now, even though it's only 2 months old, everybody's on to Prismatic and Journey Together and Team Rocket, but I still wanted to talk about it because it is sort of interesting. So, this YouTuber, I've made a video talking about this YouTuber before in the past because, I made a video when Surging Sparks that one day that I think we all remember when like 700, like 1,000 booster boxes were sold in one day for like 180 bucks when the market price was like 210. I think we all know when that happened. I mentioned, this seller that apparently, was part of the people or whatever that sold them at 180, and they made a video responding back to my video, and then I made a video responding back to theirs. So I do have a small history with this YouTuber or whatever, and they have a store, a TCG player store and whatever. But this person apparently, I can't confirm it, but based on their information, and they have distribution, unlike me, but they're saying that a restock or of Surging Sparks or Temporal Forces apparently is going to happen here pretty soon. But like I said, I can't 100% confirm it because when you go to the comments, there are some other Pokemon channels that actually watch this video and said that they're a little bit confused because their distributors haven't heard about any information of, Temporal Forces or Surging Sparks getting some sort of, restock or whatever. And other, YouTubers out there that have watched this also have said that they have never really heard about this whole restock thing with Surging or Temporal Forces, but apparently according to this person it's happening. So based on this person, person, wherever they got the information from, apparently their distributor or their you know a representative or whoever they got the information from, apparently this is happening sometime soon. So based on that, I think if that actually is true and their information is 100% correct, whenever that restock happens, I think this might be a decent time. If you got 0 Surging Sparks boxes, this might be the time because, guys, with Prismatic coming out, I think we all kind of knew this. There was going to be some pullback with Surging Sparks when Prismatic comes out, when Journey Together comes out, when Team Rocket comes out. Surging Sparks, definitely, it's going to be older news, right, for the time being when things are hot. When the new things are more popular, people aren't going to pay attention as much to Surging Sparks. However, people are still buying them like a good amount. It's selling still every day, like around 50 boxes. But I have noticed, Surging Sparks did go up to like 250 here very quickly. But recently it's actually been going down, and it might not seem like a big deal. Like it only going down $50. You might be saying, why? Like, this is not a big deal at all. Well, a decent amount of these boxes are actually being listed every single day. I'm actually noticing a lot of these boxes are being listed for around 235 here. You can see like there's a decent amount of people that when it hit 250 started listing, and honestly I thought they were going to go up from 250 to 300. Like I thought it was going to start making that move, but we are seeing some pullback. I think possibly because Prismatic Evolutions is going to be released here very soon, that it seems like it hit a wall at 250 and now it's been steadily sort of going down. Now when this restock or reprint happens, whatever, in the next month, I think we all kind of knew the earliest of a restock or reprint, whatever, is going to be in February for Surging Sparks. If that does happen, I think this might be the time to buy in. Now, not right now. I'm not saying to buy Surging Sparks right now, but I'm making this video to kind of prepare you guys and share the news from that YouTube channel that said that a restock or something like that's going to happen with Surging and Temporal. If that does happen, obviously that'd be another time to buy Temporal, but more importantly and more, I guess, the bigger information is for Surging Sparks because these boxes got so expensive to 250 in literally 2 months. But now we're seeing a little bit of pullback. We're seeing the prices dip a little bit here. And if that restock is a thing, we saw what Paldea evolved, in Obsidian Flames, when that restock, reprint, whatever you want to call it, people were calling it both things. Whenever that happened, Paldea Evolved booster boxes literally dropped from 140 to 130 and then jumped back up to 140 in literally like a week. So Surging Sparks, I feel like it might be a very similar case, especially because Surging Sparks is still pretty popular. Like, yeah, it's not the most hyped up thing right now, but when that restock, if it is confirmed by these other, YouTube channels that have distribution, other than just this one person, if that is confirmed, obviously it depends on how big the restock thing is. I mean, so far what we've seen from other sets like Paldea, it did nothing to the price. It was super small. So maybe me making this video isn't even a big deal because maybe it won't do anything to the price. But the reason why I'm making this video and pointing this out is if you guys missed out on Surging Sparks, obviously you could keep waiting for another reprint to happen, but obviously, reprints, that sort of thing in Scarlet and Violet has been sort of weird. So if that restock reprint thing is sort of big, then that's the time I would be saying if you missed out, you should buy, because we are already seeing pullback. Like you can see here in the beginning of I guess the last month, like 100 boxes were selling every day, and just in the past week you can see here it did drop to around 50, and just as I'm recording this, more boxes have sold today because they've dipped to 235. So I think more people are buying in because it dropped a little bit. But when this restock happens or whatever, if it is true, that's going to be your time to buy. And like I said, Surging Sparks, I mean, still, it's not talked about as much. It's not as hyped up because of Prismatic, but the cards are still very strong. Pikachu is almost still $500. Latias is still $250. There's still a couple cards above $100, and there's still, all these cards are holding their value very well. So I still think this is a very good set. I know it's not the hyped up thing, but I just wanted to put this video out there and tell you guys that if this whole news is true about this restock of Surging Sparks, it might be your time to buy more. If you want more, it might be your time to buy in if you didn't buy in at all. So just wanted to put this out there, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed about this restock thing, because there were a couple of comments, like I said, from YouTube channels that are pretty reputable or popular that have said that their side of distribution, they haven't heard about it. So don't know if it's confirmed, but we are seeing pullback from Surging Sparks. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, and will be your time if it does get restocked. If it's not as hyped up and it gets restocked, that's your time to buy. So that's the end of this video. Just wanted to talk about this. Like I said, all the talk right now is about Prismatic, and Journey Together recently. Journey Together will be an interesting set to talk about when we get closer to release and we actually get, some cards and some artworks from the set, because we really still don't know much about Journey Together and also Team Rocket. But that whole thing that one day with Pokemon Center and Journey Together, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've said it, I know people are just going to say because you didn't get any or whatever. I feel like that happening with Journey Together was kind of unprecedented because there wasn't that much hype about Journey Together. But since we are in this market, a lot of people did miss out on Prismatic. I think that's what really caused it. I think it was at that time a lot of people who missed out on Prismatic and wanted to get in with Journey Together because they just missed out on Journey, or they missed out on Prismatic, and they're like, you know what, Journey Together, even though it was not that hyped up, I want to buy it because since Prismatic and Surging did this, I think the same thing's gonna happen with Journey Together, and it may very well happen. But I think that day was kind of interesting to see that it did happen with that sort of set. Team Rocket, I think, would be a set that I wouldn't, be surprised of that sort of thing happening, because generally, Team Rocket, from what we've been seeing here, is way more talked about than Journey Together. Team Rocket is very hyped up, like Prismatic generally was always hyped up. So that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, just want to talk about Surging Sparks today. I know I haven't really been talking about this set a lot because it's kind of like old news. In this whole Pokemon space, everybody wants to hear about the new stuff. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.